Dear students of economics, this is my fourth lecture on chapter 1. Today I will discuss on economic system. So let us know what do you understand about economic system. Economic system are the means by which countries and government distribute resources and trade goods and services. Professor Locke says, an economic system consists of those institutions which a given people or nation or group of nations has chosen or accepted as the means through which their resources are utilized for the satisfaction of human wants. So that economic system include all those institutions, organizations that are involved with the system of distributing goods and distributing resources and trade goods and services. So in practical, in the world, economic system can be divided into four types that are capitalism, socialism, Islamic and mixed economic system. So let us know about this one by one in brief. What is capitalistic economy? Capitalistic economic system is a system which is based on the private ownership of capital and production inputs, and production is done with the object of profit based on market system, where there is very minimum government intervention in production and regulation. So that in capitalistic economic system, mainly private sector functions in economy where there is very less intervention of government, and there the production, distribution, everything and allocation of resources done on market system. So what is market system? Automatic self-regulating system. Market system is an automatic self-regulating system run by market forces, that means market demand and market supply, motivated by self-interest and competition. So market system means two forces work in market, that is demand of the product and supply of the product. These two forces interact to each other, and these forces are motivated by self-interest by the economic entities, and there is competition between them through which price of product is determined, and this price actually works as signal, that is where the resources will be allocated, because when demand of any product increases, then price of that product increases. Seeing the price of product increases, what businesses do? They withdraw their resources from the sector where demand becomes low, and so prices becomes low. So they withdraw their resources from there, and again they reallocate their resources where demand is high and price is high. So that prices works as signal for the businesses. So in this way, by the interaction of demand of product and supply of product, price is determined, and that price again works as signal for the businesses. Let us know what is socialistic economy or command economic system. In socialism, all means of production are owned by the community or state, no right for private ownership of property, and central authority coordinates all economic decisions. Economic welfare is the main objective of this system, but as there is no competition, production technique is less efficient. So, some people say socialistic economy is less efficient because there is no competition. Only central authority takes all decision and fix the price of all the products. But in capitalistic economy, price is determined by the competition, by the forces of demand and market supply of product, and there is competition among the private firms, and so that due to competition the quality of product becomes very good and also price becomes low, so that capitalistic economic system can be more efficient than socialistic economic system. Now, what is mixed economic system? This is an economic system that features the characteristic of both capitalism and socialism. This system allows a level of private economic freedom in the use of capital, but also allows for the government to interfere in economic activities in order to achieve social aims. So, mixed economic system has been formed by taking all good attributes of the two systems, capitalism and socialism. So in the mixed economic system, what have we understood? That here both private and public sector both works in economy. So some sectors are there that is governed by government, and some sectors are there which is regulated by private sector. So that here social welfare is ensured by government, and also due to competition in private sector, the quality and price of goods also socially accepted level. So we see in practical, in maximum countries has turned their economy to mixed economic system. Now, what is Islamic economy? Islamic economy is regulated under the rule of Islamic Sharia on the basis of Quran and Sunnah. Here, distinction of halal and haram is applied and followed properly. Earning, production, employment are performed on need. Proper distribution method is ensured through human welfare and justice. So justice is the main thing in Islamic economy. Here, all production distribution method is, the aim is not profit, the aim is need, and human welfare is the main motto. And all rules and regulation is run on in the basis of Quran and Sunnah, that is through Islamic Sharia. Now let us see, we told that market system that we see in the mixed economic system and also in the capitalism. So what is market system? How does automatic price mechanism works in market? We have to have proper idea about this, because this is a common feature of capitalism also, mixed economy also. An important condition of capitalism is automatic price mechanism, where there is no government control on price. Rather, price is determined in market through the interaction of buyers and sellers, that means through the interaction of demand and supply. The interaction of market demand and market supply plays role in determining prices of goods and services. Suppose if demand of any good is greater than supply, price will increase, and if demand is less, then price will decrease. So price works as signal in reallocation of resources. That sometimes ago in another slide I told that here reallocation of resource means what? Where price becomes low, businesses withdraw their resources from that sector and then again reallocate the resources where demand is high. As price is high, they reallocate their resources in that sector. So where demand is high, that consumers want, consumers demand. So if in market system all businesses want to satisfy consumers, and so that resource allocation become proper. In economies, this type of price system is called automatic price system. Now I am discussing how market reach to the equilibrium situation in market situation by graph. Here in the horizontal axis, quantity of demand of any product and quantity of supply both are measured in the horizontal axis, and in the vertical axis, price of the product is measured. Here we see a downward sloping demand curve. This is market demand curve of any product, and the upward sloping supply curve, it is market supply curve of any product. So here we see the demand curve and supply curve intersect with each other at E point. That means here the point of demand curve and point of supply curve in the same place. This means where the demand curve and supply curve intersect, this is an equilibrium point. Here quantity of demand equal to quantity of supply. So at the price at which quantity of demand and quantity of supply becomes equal, that price is called equilibrium price. Here we see that equilibrium price is P2 and the equilibrium quantity is Q2, where quantity of demand equal to quantity of supply. So this equilibrium price has tendency to persist in the same place for a long time. If there is any external reason, then that equilibrium price can move for short time, but it has tendency to come back to this equilibrium price again. Let us see that if price of product increase in market for any reason, then we can see that at higher price, supplier has more interest to supply more. So, but consumers have less demand at higher price. So we see in P3 price, quantity of demand is P3C amount, but quantity of supply is P3D amount. That means supply is more than demand at higher price. So that this CD amount is surplus product or excess demand, surplus product or excess supply. That means CD is excess supply or surplus product in market. So when there is excess supply or surplus product in market, then suppliers tries to reduce the price. When demand is less, price automatically goes down. It continues to down till it comes or till it reaches to the equilibrium level, that is P2 price, where quantity of demand equal to quantity of supply. So again, if any reason price is lower than equilibrium price, suppose at P1, then we say at P1 price, as it is lower price, at lower price consumers demand for the product is higher, that is demand, because we see that P1 price line as touches to the demand curve here but touches the supply curve here. That means at lower price suppliers want to supply less but consumers have more demand for the product when price is lower. So we see that supply is less but demand is higher. That means AB amount is excess demand. So but supply is up to P1A is supply. That means there is shortage or excess demand in market. When there is shortage of product in market, that is lower supply and but excess demand, in this case price automatically goes up and it continues to go up till it reaches to equilibrium price P2, where quantity of demand and quantity of supply is equal. And when quantity of demand and quantity of supply equals, then market clears. So it is this equilibrium price is also called market clearing price. Here we see at P2 price, quantity of demand also Q2, quantity of supply also Q2. So in this way, through the interaction of demand and supply, that means there are two entities in market. One is buyer side, other one is supplier side. So demand moves by demand moves by consumers' intention and supply moves by supplier's intention. So in this way, demand and supply interact each other, and eventually this equilibrium situation comes where quantity of demand equal to quantity of supply. Market becomes clear at the equilibrium price P2, and Q2 is the equilibrium quantity where quantity of demand equal to quantity of supply. That means at P2 price, the Q2 amount suppliers want to supply, and also at P2 price consumers also want to buy Q2 amount. That means buyer want to buy Q2 amount, supplier want to sell Q2 amount at this price. So when both entities desire matches, then this situation is equilibrium situation. So this is denoted here. Hope you have understood. Now let us go to another thing, that is Does market reach to the equilibrium situation always? We are saying that market works very efficiently. There are two forces, demand forces and supply forces. It works very efficiently and market reaches to the equilibrium. But actually, does market reach to the equilibrium situation always? Let us see. Market equilibrium is a theoretical construct only. In the real situation, market cannot reach to the equilibrium automatically for various external reasons. Market forces, that is supply and demand, cannot work efficiently due to the presence of various sorts of barriers such as existence of monopoly power, price control by government, creating artificial shortage of commodity in market by dishonest traders, misallocation of resources, etc. So these are the barriers for which market can fail. Market cannot work efficiently. So market fails to reach to the goal of efficiency. To correct the market failure, government has to intervene in market and takes necessary measures to promote general economic fairness. So economic welfare also included in general economic fairness. So here we see in the market system, government is intervening. In this way, actually, mixed economy grew. So today, up to this, thank you very much. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.